Just a fair warning, and in case you haven't really picked up on it yet, but this podcast is not for the faint of heart, or it's all a fucking clown show. You know what I mean? Kind of like the state of the country and the world. So if you believe me, and you're just now getting to this episode, or, you know, for the two fucking people who listen to this, thanks for listening. How about you tell some people about it? It's all a bit. It's a joke. It's funny. So no, I don't, blah, 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 bang drugs into my eyeballs, even though that's kind of funny. But, yeah. And I was going to say something else. My train of thoughts are all over the place lately. But no, this is, just a heads up. I figured, I thought it would be, I thought it'd be kind of funny to just kind of surprise people, That it was, a good bit. Just not, let anybody know what the fuck I'm going to be talking about. And I guess I should give a heads up, a fair warning. It's not age appropriate, and it might make you want to blow your brains out. But hey, keep listening. Tell your friends and family. And I saw an Arby's ad this morning, a couple hours ago. We have the meats. Yes. Our Chinese restaurants, even though the government didn't really approve of the way we were packaging the meat, yes, we do actually take all of every single species of meat from every single wet market in China. So we have armadillo, we have parrot, we have zebra, we have human, even homeless and homed dogs and cats. Yes, we actually just go break into people's houses. This is what we're going to be doing here in the American restaurant chains as well. We're just going to break into people's houses and steal their cats and their dogs because we don't know how to take inventory on the meat that we fucking sludge out of a fucking machine to people and throw it on. Arby's is actually kind of good. I kind of like it. I had an Arby's sandwich a couple weeks ago with no cheese. I don't know who ever would fucking not get cheese on the roast beef. But that's besides the point. It's kind of the whole point. It's the whole point. If you're not getting melted cheese on your fucking roast beef, you're just getting roast beef with no sauce even. No. It's like, oh my God, dude. And it's cold. Of course it's cold. It's been sitting out for 4 hours. But I was going to talk about, doesn't even really matter. Not really. I was actually, I'm going to go into like purgatory for a bit and just try to talk about that just because I have some pretty interesting theories on, I just find it really odd that, I'm trying to, God, the fucking internet, man. I feel like I can't even get any kind of normal research that isn't responding to my inner thoughts. And no, I'm not, maybe I'm just still stuck in Sims 5. Because I said I was done playing Sims 5, you know? I said I'm not going to play it anymore because imagine playing like Red Dead Redemption 2 for 2.5 years, but never getting a new gun or never progressing in the story. You just kind of walk around and shoot people. But you don't even do that. You don't even do that. You just, what do? You just walk around and look at people. But you don't progress and you don't play the story, even though, you try to like find where the missions are, and they keep moving all over the map. So every time you go to a mission, it's like on the opposite side where you just came from. So you're never able to really progress in the story, even when you like in all your progress is lost. You never get a new gun. You never get a new hat. Even you can't even steal the hat off of somebody you shoot. So there's really no point in playing the game, right? Essentially. Yeah. Well, that's how like Sims 5 was going for a while. But I actually think that Sims should do that as their next game. Just instead of just doing rearranging your apartment, you should tear it down and take everything apart and look through it, look in everything. See if there's like a hidden message on the motherboard of your Xbox. Because that's actually kind of fun. Some people like will fucking rip it in the drywall and like hide shit in there. Then they'll patch it up and make it look like it wasn't even, there's nothing even happened. Have you ever wondered if maybe somebody forgot a bunch of money in your wall? Well, time to start fucking getting the hammer. I have a decent hammer if you need to borrow one, but, I kind of like it. I spent $50 on a hammer because I thought it would be funny. I thought it looked cool. I don't really use it that much, but... No, I don't. Why did I bring up Sims 5 again? That's besides the point. No, Purgatory, from my understanding, is, I was doing research on this like a year ago. Yeah, it was right around a year ago. We were sitting outside looking at articles and shit. And from what I gathered, it seems to be not too good, not too bad, usually. Because if it's really bad, that will then, more than likely, over time, eventually shape who you are as a person. And if you're trying to get into heaven or hell, which, I mean, hey, go for it. Jesus, man. Okay. Are you serious? You'll catch that. So, because if it's really, really bad and like just all these negative things pile up on you, is eventually you're gonna become a shitty person. You're gonna become an asshole who doesn't really give a shit about what people think, people say, your family. You might want to, shoot down one of the airplanes that have been following you for 30 months. Imagine flying around in the sky like all day, every day, essentially for like 900 days. Try to imagine like where the money for the fuel comes from. Who's paying for the fuel? It's not cheap to fly around in a private jet all day, every day. Trust me, I've seen them all over town. I saw a plane that wasn't a 747 or a 737. It was a smaller plane when I was on the cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. Well, you know. So, that was back when, my floor was like vibrating and it felt like somebody was constantly banging on the ceiling below me at all times. So imagine, where does the money come from to pay for the fuel for these planes? And I know I'm not hallucinating. I know I'm not. All my neighbors see them too. You know what I mean? Maybe everybody is just, skitzed out and just having a good time and just leaning into it. But I saw the same kind of plane when I was dog sitting at my dad and stepmom's. Like fucking 28 months ago. Flying right overhead. He was really low. I've never seen an airplane like that fly over my dad's house in my entire life. Not one. Not once. How many years did I live in that house? I'll say 5. We moved in probably around there. And when did I move out? I was in and out of the house, a few times there while I was vacationing at summer camp. At least that's what I call Hazleton, Betty Ford Treatment Center. It's summer camp. That's really what it is. You don't really do anything for treatment, or you have a 90-minute group every day and that's it. That's it. And you listen to one fucking drug addict tell their story like every other day for an hour. So 2.5 hours every other day, and then an hour and a half on the other days. Then you just like work out and play basketball and eat a bunch of good food and watch TV, drink a bunch of Mountain Dew, eat food. That's pretty much what it was. And if you go there for smoking pot, then you meet a bunch of, and you don't really want to be sober that much because you're just smoking pot, really. And you meet all these fucking people who are like shooting heroin, like in group, some of them. And they tell you about all these cool, fun drugs that you haven't tried before. But you don't really want to be sober. You think, oxycodone, that kind of sounds interesting. LSD, And then, you go, once you get out of inpatient, you go to, IOP, intensive outpatient, which is not as frequently as day treatment, which day treatment is like 8 hours every day. It's like a work shift every day during the weekdays, which some dudes would come into our like groups during the day and then they would leave and go home at night, which is just really weird. But intensive outpatient is, I think it's 4 or 5 days a week for like 2 hours at night. So like 10 hours a week versus like 40 in day treatment. And then you get outpatient, which is like, I don't, like a couple fucking, where you just go to the same treatment center where the junkies are fucking. At Hazleton, you can eat all the kinds of food you want, and you can literally like bring like energy drinks. Some of these places don't even let you fucking have a sip of coffee. It's fucking unbearable. It's fucking unbearable, man. Here comes the filter. Not okay. I'm much funnier when I'm me. And I'm much more relaxed because I'm not really worried about all too much. Truly. Yeah, you know, when you think there's just a lot on the noggin. And, what do we think about that? You know, what did I have for my last meal at Hazleton? I don't know why everybody pronounces it Hazleton. It's a D-E-N. Hazelden. Everybody says Hazleton. There's no T. There's no T in the word. So, Hazel. Which Hazel? What does Hazel mean? The keyboard's too far away. I broke my Bluetooth keyboard slamming it or banging something on it. Which, you know. Oh God, please. They can't. It can't. It can't. Well, it probably can. Oofda. It's all about Catholicism, where they just rape a bunch of children and they got naked babies all over the fucking Vatican. So that's, you know, where we're getting our information on purgatory. Maybe it has something to do with the Illuminati, molesting children. Now we're getting somewhere. That's really interesting. And you know what else is interesting? From the research I did last year, most religions, none of them, not even Christianity, teach purgatory as a belief system or somewhere that is not attainable, but a possibility of going to when you die in the afterlife. So it's mostly just heaven and hell. Like, from what I read, most religions, if not all of them, don't even teach it because they don't believe in it, but it's mentioned, briefly in the Bible from what I remember, which I haven't read the Bible and I don't plan on it. Listen to a bunch of fucking Just a bunch of white dudes from the Council of Nicaea who created the Bible, essentially. Just a bunch, like 50 years after Jesus died. But I know that, I'm going to do some typing. It's mentioned like twice. Is purgatory, getting to the juicy stuff. Mentioned in the Bible. Yeah. Crosswalk. Can I just go to heaven already, man? With my soulmate. Soulmate. Something tells me that God knows who my soulmate is, and it's all gravy. It's all good. That's my, at least that's what I imagine. I don't think, imagine like, hunting down your soulmate. And not like when you hunt down the nearest wet market to get goldfish that you can eat. But like literally hunting people, but like based off of scent, like a wolf. What other animals hunt off of scent? Most of them, I'm guessing. Well, it's one of the ones that are tied in, because if you're hunting a deer and you're downwind or you're upwind, if the wind is coming at your back and you're looking at the deer and the wind hits you and just, you don't have any, if you wore cologne like a fucking dipshit, and the deer's going to smell you right away and run away. But, where was I going with that? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like just based off of smell. Or, like you think they would have like Braille on license plates, right? So you're trying to like find her car, but you're blind. So you just got to keep going until you find the right bump combination. All right, let's see about, just, heaven. I'm going to go to heaven right now because it sounds like, it feels like that's really the only place in the world where there's never going to be any worry or anxiety or questioning reality, because you probably just know that you're in heaven. I would imagine. Which, before a couple weeks ago, I don't even know anymore. Time is really, 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 really weird. But it could have been 2 days ago for all I know. Let's think. I am wondering, well, recently I don't like to get my hopes up or my expectations, but I never really even imagined what heaven would be like. I'm guessing there's not a problem in the world. Sound familiar? You know, it sounds like just the religious version of my simulation theory. Which, when I came up with the idea, you know, it was mostly in like response and reaction to what was going on in my life in terms of the internet and all that kind of shit, and what I was seeing and experiencing. Because I figured, you know, from the light research I had done, you can't really disprove or prove it. You can't, you know, whatever. Ugh. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good article. Where do we find purgatory in the Bible? Well, does it even mention the word purgatory? Let's keep it rolling. Let's roll on with the... Here's one. 1 Peter... Yeah, I don't know how the fuck to pronounce the books or whatever. The scripture. 1 Peter 3:19. After being made alive, he went and made proclamation to the imprisoned spirits. That doesn't mean anything. After being made alive, he went and made proclamation to the imprisoned spirits. Let's see what proclamation means, first of all. The act of proclaiming or the condition of being proclaimed. Well, that's helpful. Use the word proclaimed twice in the definition. Doesn't help. Doesn't even make it each sense. A proclamation is an official declaration issued by a person of authority to make certain announcements known. Yes, can't forget that one. Oh, another one from Peter. Jesus Christ, man. One Peter 4:6. For this is the reason the gospel was preached even to those who are now dead, so that they might be judged according to human standards in regard to the body, but live according to God in regard to the spirit. I guess. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each of us may receive what is due us for the things done while in the body, whether good or bad. What? For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. All right, so that's getting judged by the big man. So that each of us may receive what is due us for the... That's the thing about the Bible. It's like they can't even fucking, like, speak in a coherent sentence. 2 Corinthians 7:1. Therefore, since we have these promises, dear friends, let us purify ourselves from everything that contaminates body and spirit, perfecting holiness out of reverence for God. Reverence, that's a good word. That is a pretty, reverence. That's heartwarming. A feeling of profound awe and respect, and often love. Love. Hebrews 9:27. Just as people are destined to die once, and after that to face judgment. Like, what? Do any of these scripture quotes actually mention purgatory or anything in relation to that? Or is it all just a bunch of fucking nonsense? Make every effort to live in peace with everyone and to be holy. Without holiness, no one will see the Lord. Hebrews 12:23. To the church of the firstborn, whose names are written in heaven, you have come to God, the judge of all, to the spirits of the righteous made perfect. No purgatory. I guess they're trying to insinuate that all these are referencing purgatory as God is judging you. But I'm talking like specifics. What even, because it's just like when the Dark Knight Rises, when they have the Scarecrow sentencing everyone to walk on the frozen river and die. Death by exile. That's what he likes to call it. That's kind of what I'm like picturing this as, but like, is God just going through like the lady in the documentary, the one where she just is? I talked about it on another episode where she's just like, she's filling out prescriptions for drug addicts as fast as humanly possible, not even talking to any of them. Some of them just got a script yesterday, and she just like flying through doing like 200 people in under an hour. So is that kind of like what God's imagining, or what his judgment? Yeah, I think the Mormons had it right. South Park. The Mormons had it right. That's another really fun one. There's like a shit. There's probably like close to 1 million people in this country that believe that some dude found a bunch of gold tablets in the fucking forest, and only he could read them. Nobody else could, just him, and they all fucking bought it. Well, 1 Corinthians 3:13. Their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire. Fire. And, It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. See, this is when I'm like, I'll just keep reading. 1 Corinthians 3:15. If it is burned up, the builder will suffer loss, but yet will be saved, even though only as one escaping through the flames. 1 Corinthians 15:29. Now, if there is no resurrection, what will those do who are baptized for the dead? If the dead are not raised at all, why are people baptized for them? This is one thing I really don't like about the Bible. They're always speaking in like code, or the preachers are like making what they're saying mean something else. Yeah, we're in purgatory. I am, at least. I think it's pretty obvious now. It makes a lot of sense. And I have gone over the fact that things are not okay to do to people. I've said it a bunch of times. I don't get upset about it because, I'm not going to let things bother me like a emotional basket case, because I can keep my composure. No, it doesn't bother me. It's not even a thing. No. It's getting phased out. 1 Corinthians 15:52. In a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. That's so... even when I was like 12 years old going to Eaglebrook Church, I always thought it was really weird that the dude talking, whoever it was, he was always making the scripture in the Bible means something different. Like, oh, what God is saying here is da-da-da-da. Nothing to do with what is actually written down. It's like schizophrenia. Even back then, I thought it was just kind of odd. But I never really thought much of it until now. God, I would love to listen to a sermon from Joel Osteen real quick. I wonder if they do that much. I listened to a couple of his spiels. I think he's got, he clearly knows what he's doing. He has a fucking, an art piece, rotating on a swivel behind him. It's like a globe. He also, yeah, I'm sure he was, the church was busy that day fumigating the church while the Houston hurricane sweeping people whatever, what are they called? Bunker Beach. Wave pool. Just sweeping them up down the fucking street. They're banging on the door trying to get in. They just get fucking swept away. Nobody in the church. Nobody. There was nobody in there. They just didn't really feel too keen or helpful that day. God wasn't really looking to help anybody on that day. Help anybody not die from the rip current. They literally, there's not a single person in the entire church, and they're trying to get in, and they just get swept away and brought to Atlantis. 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. Well, if it's that easy, man. If it's that fucking easy, shit. Do you have to go to confession? No. That's just dumb. Then you might get raped. Especially, a guy like me who's not super, obviously the voice is going to throw them off. They probably will instantly get soft. Because, I don't sound like a child, but I do kind of look like, like 8th, 9th grade. Oh my God, dude. That is so crazy. Those things it cannot be a coincidence. That none of the religions none of them teach purgatory as a belief system in afterlife, but none of them really mention it in their readings in their scriptures. So that's the one thing. Second thing would be that I think the Vatican, which I don't even know is that a country technically. It's its own little country. It's like 2 blocks or some shit. It has the highest pedophile rate per capita in the world, I believe. So, like, whatever. And they have, like, naked babies with wings flying all over the ceiling and shit. And, they just kind of, when they're not, getting their rocks off, they just stare at the ceilings and fucking rub one out. Because that's better than getting married, I guess, right? You can't get married, but hey, let's traumatize a bunch of children for life because we're not allowed to get married. Why? Just let them get married, dude. Let them marry each other. Or marry the kids. Fucking who cares? Who cares? And 3, the connection to the Illuminati, and why is it such a like common conspiracy, at least in like QAnon and all those really reliable groups. All those they drink baby blood, and which I've stated this before, but if it makes you feel like anything, like an adrenaline spike, send me some. I'll delete every episode. I'll delete every single one. I won't fucking do any more. Just send me more adrenochrome. So those 3 things, I've never even thought about this before. What does purgatory have to do with either of those 2 things? The Vatican, loving little boys' buttholes. Same with the Illuminati conspiracy. What does purgatory have to do with those? Let's think. Probably because if you sell, God damn. Holy shit, man. It's pretty crazy. I think I'm onto something, but that's just... So the Illuminati, which stems from the word illuminate, obviously. Goddamn. I think I just, like, solved one of the biggest conspiracies in the world. So, most from the research that I did when I was like in sixth grade, basically, if you want to sell your soul to the devil, that's apparently the general idea, and like that's part of the conspiracy is that when you sell your soul, you basically can't go to heaven, essentially. But what if you never really do anything that bad? You know what I mean? I'm just, devil's advocate. What if you were just like really good at basketball and you wanted to make more money with a Nike deal? Like, yeah, I don't know how they do it. They probably don't even exist. So let's think here. I'm thinking, God, that's crazy. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, but nobody goes around with like the belief that this is purgatory. And my whole theory on purgatory and everybody's personalized afterlife, it'd be a lot of work for God in the afterlife. So he'd be working overtime, that's for sure. Because there'd be so many people, so many languages, so many. But, so, from what I've seen and what I've gathered while floating in the air, levitating, like the lady in The Conjuring. No. No. No, dude. No, bro. No. Nope. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. That's wild, man. That's so crazy. So, I always fucking, ever since I read that thing last summer, I was like, man, if they all briefly mention purgatory, but none of them teach it, what does that mean? What are they hiding, all these religions? Why are they not outrightly teaching it or even really mentioning it? It's like a taboo kind of. Oh God, not always, it's only been a year, but I was like, there's got to be something behind that. And maybe because we're in purgatory, it gets, if every single major religion mentions it, why even mention it though at that point? Because even in the mentioning of it is like, if you don't want the masses to know that this is purgatory, why bring it up? Why even have it as something that is a possibility? But if you, okay, there's really no way I'm gonna fucking try to dig through that hole. But, illuminate. To provide or brighten with light. I need it. Our soulmate's a thing. soulmates real? Oh, let's look to the rusty, trusty internet. We already got, holy shit, man. Do soulmates exist? Yes. Psych Central. Now I just feel like a fucking chick. According to science. The science of soulmates. Holy crap. Dude, my parents got so pissed at me when I said crap one time when I was a kid, dude. I'll never forget that moment. Crap. I didn't even know that was really a bad word. It's just shit. It's poop. Crap. Most men and women believe that they are destined to find their one true soulmate. Okay, these are fudged. Obviously, let's think about this for a second here. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, how do you know they're your soulmate? You know what I mean? If you never even meet them in person, or maybe you did, or maybe you didn't. Who knows? This is just a hypothetical. Or, you know, there's plenty of ways to theorize this, but essentially, you know, it's a really good idea, though. It's a really, really good idea. Like, God. Purgatory. Holy shit, man. You know, I always just thought, for the most part, the Illuminati was just bullshit. And it probably is. You know, they're probably not drinking. Maybe they should. Jesus Christ. So, if at the same time, if this is purgatory, and at the same time, all the people in, all the elites, all the globalists, and the people in control and power, they all know that or they knew at some point, or maybe their, you know, knowledge has changed a bit. It's maybe shifted. This is why I have been so fucking adamant on trying to figure out what reality is. To shut down the simulation theory. Because I feel like, you know, it's just not very holy. It's not very orthodox. No, I haven't changed my mind about my soulmate and going to heaven right now. Oh, Hayden, you're already in heaven. Yeah, but fucking send me to the heaven 2.0, the next one. You know? Yeah. I think we can pretty much just eliminate simulation theory with that. Truly. And every time it's, a little trick from God trying to get me to change my mind. It's not going to happen, God. I'm not going to change my mind. Okay? All right? It's just not going to happen. I won't. I don't care what you do, and I get it, I get the whole goal and your motives. I understand that, but you know what I mean? Clearly, the podcast morale is taken a bit of a turn, shifted a bit, because the coma dream thing wasn't really working, and the whole senses, not really hearing or feeling or smelling. Like a couple of times briefly, I've accessed those three senses, which were not feelings and smells and sounds that I was feeling or hearing or smelling in this physical world. Because it just wasn't, it's not physically possible. So the fact that was so briefly and really not that often at all, like a couple of times, it really, it makes you, just want to just scream at the sky. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm like, all right, I need to reevaluate my thoughts and my beliefs. Because every time I've meditated and I've gotten close to the other side, or I've seen myself in a hospital bed, or heard the clinking on the surgeon trays, ding, 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 which is really wild. And I never was able to really, I don't think I ever once heard a heart rate monitor. Not once. I don't think I did. Not one time. Anytime I did hear sounds, for the most part, it was like it's like I was under the Mariana Trench. Like I had dug a hole, 50 feet deep, under the deepest part of the ocean. And there was still it was a tunnel, so a hole. So there's water there, so you're still technically in the ocean. But no, I'm not changing my mind. I don't care who hears it. So you can just save that for the birds, or I'll let them know. But it's that's what it was like trying to hear the other side. It's like I was at the fucking deepest parts under the sand in the ocean. And it was like a black hole vacuum sealed hyperbolic chamber which you don't even know what that means, neither do I. It's just impossible to hear, essentially. Like so warped and distorted. And um, you know, that's the one thing that kept me really confused and angry and upset and uh, you know, lack of a better words, just questioning what the fuck, why the fuck, how the fuck, why not? God, I was stuck on it for months, months and months and months, because it just didn't make sense to me. I thought, oh, well, maybe my former self just wants to die. Maybe he just wants to die. He doesn't want to wake up. Which is a really tough pill to swallow, too. And then you think, well, let's think about why that would be. Because I don't want to die. But if it's to go to heaven with your soulmate, scienceofpeople.com says that does it help us or hurt us to believe in soulmates? Dude, I mean, and I'm sure in heaven it really wouldn't hurt you at all, man. So just fucking have some goddamn faith. God, what has happened to me? What has happened to me? God damn, I've done a complete 180, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I just think this world is crazy, man. It has to be. I think I should have touched this at the beginning of the episode. But basically, well, I'll finish the whole soulmates thing because it's really kind of fun. I wish I had science to tell you if soulmates are in fact real, but instead I found a set of amazing research looking at whether the belief in soulmates helps us or hurts us. It all boils down to how you answer this question. Do you believe there is one person who is meant just for you? Researcher Raymond... Researcher Raymond Denis. Yeah, because they all just disappeared and now they're back, right? Yeah. Whatever, man. Raymond Denis and his colleagues wanted to know if there was a difference in how people answered this question. He found that people have either destiny beliefs or growth beliefs. Oh, Jesus Christ. Destiny beliefs. I am destined to be with a specific person. What if you're a Mormon? I have a soulmate. I have one person who is meant for me. Growth beliefs. Relationships progress slowly and we grow to fit together. Relationships take effort. You can build a love. I think that past lives are really a thing in terms of whether that be, if I'm in the afterlife now and my previous life before that, because that's my whole purgatory theory, which, I'll fucking get into it when I want to get into it. But I think that especially if you had the luck to like meet your soulmate, which is I find pretty. You probably got a better chance of winning the Powerball. I'm just being honest. Like, it's probably not likely to meet the one, your soulmate, but it's possible. So let's say, hypothetically, that I did. And, I got a set of no. Nope. No. Nope. What camp do you fall in? Do you fall into one of the new campsites that they have in downtown Minneapolis? They got a bunch of tents up. It's a new campground. You don't even have to pay like a camping fee, and you can just throw your trash in the street and piss on the fuck. You could. They don't have any really stray dogs there, so if you like warmer weather and you like a 10% cost of living, which is what it is in Thailand, and you get free dog. You know what I mean? And the Asian women love white dudes because they think every white dude has money. And then when they. Which camp do you fall in? There's no small question. Your answer to that question greatly dictates the success or failure of your relationship. Specifically, here's the big news. People who believe in soulmates are more likely to break up, give up, and have difficult relationships. People who believe in soulmates are using their mental energy to access the person they are with. What? In other words, they are constantly asking themselves, is this my person? Can I do better? Is this the best I can do? Is this it? Is this it? I don't think any human being has ever asked themselves, is this it? I'm serious. Is this it? What? Where areas people with growth beliefs are asking themselves very different internal questions. Are we a good fit? How can I be a better partner? How can we get closer? How can we get closer? What can I do to make this better? The soulmate trap. Oh, here we go. It's a trap. If you believe that there is only one person for you, you are more likely to spend energy and time looking for that person instead of cultivating existing relationships. Destiny believers have passionate, intense, fiery, short-term relationships, but often, what if there's maybe not just two groups of mindsets for human beings? There's probably should be more than one political party or two political parties. But hey. That's why there's a bunch of fucking different sexes now. And genders. Because two is not enough. You can't box people in like that. Oh, yeah. But oftentimes become disillusioned and frustrated when something inevitably goes wrong. They believe in deal breakers and are constantly looking for the perfect person. They often view compromise. How about a person, a human being? They often view compromise as settling. When something negative happens in the relationship, they think, better move on and find my person. Oh, God, people quit too much, too easily. God. Growth believers. Take a bit longer to commit. Even early in the God damn. Even early in the relationship, they are more motivated to find solutions, compromise, or explore new ideas. They often view compromising as growth. I would kind of agree with that. It's like, when you lost all your money gambling in Vegas on the last night, well, almost all of it, so you can't really, like, get the top-notch whore. So you have to, like, go. In Las Vegas, they have, like, a underground homeless tunnel system. I'm not even joking. So basically, it's like I don't know if it's like the sewers, or if it's just like man-made tunnels where the people like to camp out and grill stuff. But basically, you go under there. That's where you're going to find your prostitute, because it's legal there. You're not really shopping at, I don't know why Dave and Buster's fucking came to mind. But like Dave and Buster's were, yeah, that was a bad joke. But no, I'm not even joking. They have like thousands of people living in like little Havanas under pretty much the entire Las Vegas Strip. That's why you probably don't really see much homeless there. They're all in the tunnels. In the tunnels. So that's where, you know, you could probably get a blowjob for like $2. So if you're a really bad gambler, just go there. You know? I don't. Did I even finish this sentence? Yeah, compromising is growth. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not like a one-sided fucking. Everybody should be taking relationship advice from me. But when it comes to, goddamn, now they have a chart. This is really actually helpful. Destiny belief, low high. Growth belief, low high. Maintenance dimension, okay. Diagnosis dimension, all right, well, you know. What does that even mean? This chart doesn't even. Helplessness. Yeah, I'm not going to read this out loud. The world is a crazy place, man. It's crazy. You know what, God? You know what I mean? Why, just fucking get us there. You know, I've gotten my, you know what I mean? Oh, come on, dude. Well, talk about a leap of faith. Let go, let God. Yeah, poor choice of words. Damn. I need to go smoke. I need to go outside for a cigarette. I don't even want to smoke one in here anymore. Not right now. So basically, how it goes is my whole theory on what purgatory would be, or probably, just for thinking that this is what purgatory is, it's probably how my purgatory is going, or gonna go. Yeah, it's going that way. And I'm sure that's how everybody who dies, who's sent to purgatory, whatever their idea of purgatory, like if they have a preconceived notion of it, if they know extensive information, or if they have no idea what it is, I'm sure it's pretty uniquely and specifically tailored to those, not prejudices, but predetermined beliefs, and not some, I mean, basically, so basically, and how it goes, how it starts is you just basically get just like another life, like where you're born and you grow up and da 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 da, and you don't really have any memories of your previous life because that would kind of defeat the purpose. And basically, nothing's too good, nothing's too bad for the most part, or, yeah, or a decent chunk of your life is, pretty good overall. And then another part, probably the latter part of your life would be worse, which is, I never thought of it that way until now either. So basically, I get a new life in purgatory, and I was really, when I came up with this idea, I was really obsessed with, or not obsessed, but like I've just always, gotta know why, or like just like preventing a homicide, murderer, continuing to murder, like a detective or whatever. If that, you want to focus it on a profession in terms of my mindset. But basically, the reason I came up with this, I remember I was stringing off an idea of coma dreams and how coma dreams are subconsciously probably even without everyone in the world even really knowing, like subconsciously, maybe consciously, but I don't know. I haven't really, you know, you know, what I'm, God, I had a better way of wording it, but I can't think of it. So everyone and almost every, like, companies even, and shows, entertainment, etc., like subconsciously have connections to the person who is dreaming. So, and that's what that fucking was for 2 years, over 2 years. People weren't trying to cancel me and get me to move out, and people were not like trying to hunt me down on the side of the road and fucking kill me. No, it's because my fear and my paranoia and my worry made all of that shit part of my reality. So I would, I'd be at work and I would hear one of the residents, because I wasn't finishing the units as quickly, but they were fucking perfect. So, oh, we're not the Taj Mahal. I get it. All right, it's not it's not the nicest place in the world, but it's better than having a bunch of problems when somebody moves in. But I would hear the fucking guy, he would like talk to other residents while they were waiting for the elevator, and he would say, "You smell that?" And he would tell the residents how I was doing drugs because of the smell in the apartment. And essentially, yeah, God, you know what I mean? You made me wait this long, so just take a chill pill. Take a Xanax, man. Take a Xanny. And I would hear this like multiple times a day when I was working on this unit. And at the same time, people were, like in North Minneapolis, the residents at Minneapolis Public Housing, you're not going to get me to change my mind. I need to finish an episode once I've started it. You understand me? Oh, he must do what I tell him to and what I want at all times. Nah, man, I ain't tripping. And, like, all the older residents, like, all their family live within the, surrounding neighborhoods for the most part. And, like, if you don't know anything about North Minneapolis, let's just say that it's not the most diverse and thriving community. But they do have a new campground. It's, it's not as scenic as like one in Banff, Alberta, or the Laird Hot Springs is a good one. Kluane Lake. Kluane Lake is pretty beautiful. I never got to see Denali, though. It's just, the tallest mountain in North America. But that's okay. It's like that Gandalf quote in Return of the King. You know what I'm talking about. I thought it was in the Two Towers, the Twin Towers. And I swear to God it was, because I remember it was in the middle of the movie. And they were at that one little village in the middle of like on top of the hill, where the fucking, it was right after he sucked the spirit out of, God, what's that guy's name? The guy he looked like the lady from The Shining. Like rotted flesh and like he was gonna die. He should have died 40 years ago. But he had like typhoid. What is typhoid fever? Typhoid fever. Typhoid. I gotta look that up because that's such a funny word. Typhoid fever. Bacterial infectious disorder contracted by consumption of food or drink contaminated with Salmonella typhi. This disorder is common in developing countries and can be treated with antibiotics. Typhoid fever, also known simply as typhoid. Yep, Salmonella enterica serotype. Typhi bacteria, also called Salmonella typhi, symptoms vary from mild to severe and usually begin 6 to 30 days after exposure. So twice as long as it takes ricin to kick in. Often there is a gradual onset of a high fever over several days. This is commonly accompanied by weakness, abdominal pain, constipation, headaches, and mild vomiting. Yeah. Typhoid is just a fucking funny word to me for some reason. Typhoid. How do you even get typhoid? Yeah, they already said it. Enteric fever. Who does typhoid fever affect? Anybody who is not okay with the tie rule in the NFL, which is such a fucking stupid rule. Nobody, just fucking make them play the game. Make somebody win. Fucking so stupid. So pretty much all non-white, areas of the world, which is, it's just the fact. It's just true. I mean, Southeast Asia, Central and South America, Africa, and the Caribbean. Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. It's a funny one. So, yeah. Welcome to India Masala. Welcome to India Masala. Oh, okay. Well, children are more likely to get it than adults, so that explains why they don't, shut down the fucking world for typhoid. Because it's only, a big deal if 80-year-olds are dying. Pretty much sums it up. I mean, the flu kills way more children in this country than COVID. No vaccination, no immunization requirements, no social distancing, no canceling of school, no canceling of work. I think the average person to die from COVID is like it's older than the life expectancy in this country. I swear to God, it's like 75. And I think the average age of death. I don't know, there's a better way to word that. Huh. Life expectancy, duh, dude, you just fucking said it. Life expectancy in Canada. Ha 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 ha. In Canada. I did that, dog. So yeah, heaven will be there when it's there, which, at all times. I did that. Oh, yes, I love a good country diagram. God, the numbers. I love numbers. I think these numbers are actually probably lower than 2019. This is Wikipedia. You can't, you gotta get off that website. You can't really. Literally anybody can sign into Wikipedia and edit anything. Yeah, ain't that that's just really fun. The U.S. has the lowest life expectancy among large, wealthy countries, while it far outspends its peers on health care. Yeah. I wonder where all the money's going. Maybe it's the middleman. Maybe insurance companies really have no need for existence. I want to see an updated chart. Oh. Damn, dude. I'll be damned. So right now in this country, it's 74.8. Well, that was 2 years ago. It's probably like 73 now. It drops every year. So, and it literally does. Andrew Yang said it. Andrew Yang said it. He's a articulate man. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Out of all these countries, we're the lowest life expectancy, but we spend pretty much twice as much per capita as every other country. That's, I don't know. I'm not that, well versed in the healthcare system. If I was, I'd like want to blow my brains out right now. Like, who's well versed in the healthcare system? That isn't like a nut job themselves. Yep, they did that on my birthday in 2020. Why is it falling? The life expectancy. Oh yeah, I get a bit sidetracked here. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen. You think I give a shit? It's the whole point. I think it's funny to like really have no idea what the fuck I just forget. And then I'm like, talk about like penguins for 10 minutes. Because penguins, can ostriches fly? Can ostriches? Because I know they say penguins can fly, but they just consider that they're swimming flying. They can't. All right. That's a no on the ostriches. Yeah. Snow leopards, man. I think it's like almost 50. I don't remember the exact number, so correct me if I'm wrong. Just put it in the comments. I think it's somewhere like at least a third of snow leopards. I mean, I'd say it's probably 10%. I'd say it's about 10% of, maybe even 5% of snow leopards, after they leave their mother, they never see another snow leopard again for the rest of their entire life. Because there's not many of them, and they're very territorial, and they live like on the top of a mountain. So there's not many. There's only like 5,000 in the world, I think. There must have been 50 or whatever. I don't know. Who fucking knows? They might become the new velociraptors. I bet the audio picked that one up. So, basically in purgatory, you have no memory of your old life. Or maybe one time you get a set of memories, which just feels like a life flashing before your eyes moment from a different life. And it's almost even hard to comprehend, even right afterwards, what it was. Because when your entire life flashes before your eyes in like a split second, you don't really retain all of the information, you know. But at the same time, you get this mutual understanding and general overview of what the memories consist of, which happened to me in December. I thought it was from the future at the time. But that's just your one little glimpse of your previous life. But now, you are really, like, in a sense, stuck, because this was why I was so against purgatory for a long time. It's because I didn't think that, quote unquote, God would, well, I've been baptized and I did communion, so. And, God damn it. I can't believe it. It's the weed. It really, really, really is. I didn't think that God would make somebody believe that they're in a coma dream when they're in purgatory, because eventually most people would kill themselves to wake up, which would, in theory, send them to hell. So I figured there's no way that this is purgatory. I was convinced of it for months and months and months. Because I thought, well, that means, I think it's like, a good majority of people go to purgatory from the research. Fucking, the internet's really, really, really wonderful. But, probably over 60% go to purgatory. So that means 99% of that 60% are going to hell, which is like 59%. And I'm 59 point, whatever. Because most people would eventually probably, if they could not awaken themselves naturally, they would definitely, especially if it just kept getting, like, over time, just like, whew, the baggage and the vacation memories. Just good old memories from a vacation you had with like on a cruise ship. Which it's a really good idea of mine. I'm just going to put this out there. I've gone on 2 cruises with my stepmom's side of the family, and I was thinking, man, it would be pretty crazy for everyone in the families, like extended family, to come on the you do a cruise. So basically, my mom's side, my dad's side, and then everyone in their spouses' side of the family as well. So it'd be a lot of people, but you'd meet a lot of people. It'd just be kind of a fun idea if you had the money. Like probably thousands. Yeah, like a few thousand. Probably 10. Probably about 10. Which is, actually, I mean, damn. Being it, like, coordinating it would seem impossible, honestly. Pretty unfathomable to get everybody's schedule to line up like that. So then it's like, if everybody's not there, then what's the point? What's the point? But, yeah, I mean, if you could probably just not have any other people on the ship. Or you can do like a medium to large cruise ship, like a private one. That sounds like a good old time. It really does. And God damn it. I actually had a dream about that. That's why it was not a big enough venue to hold everybody. But at least the dining room was weird. I'm not going to repeat that story. But, oh, yeah. It's all just ha 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 ha. Fuck with Hayden all the fucking time. But you know, I may look like a bitch, but that's just because I have faith in the big man upstairs. And that's what that feeling was this entire time. Like, yeah, like, which is pretty ironic and hilarious. Because this whole fucking time, I always said I wasn't alive when Jesus was alive, so how the fuck am I going to sit here and, like, claim, like, without a doubt and like, go to bat for some guy who might have been a make-believe, like, fairy tale? Like, claim to believe in him so much when I never met the guy, I wasn't alive, so. And then I would always say, you know, people need faith, though, I guess. It keeps blood out of the streets, which, you know, it'd kind of be nice to see some, like, a different color of liquid flowing down the streets. Like The Shining. God, I love that movie. But I said, I guess, you know, people need to have faith in something. Me, I haven't, you know, for the most part, I hadn't really seen it. I guess it's not really something you see, something you feel. But that's what that, it's kind of like the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's kind of like what that embodies, just being content with and knowing that I'm on the right path, and that really also about not letting other people's actions or motives, opinions negatively affect your mood, which is somewhat gay, but ha 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 ha. Little did you know, I'm quite experienced in this kind of field. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I got quite a bit of like, how's about, like, probably over 100 things like that happening, you know? Kind of makes you numb to emotions. Imagine that. Which, hey, you know, hey. No tip off, whatever the fuck. TIP. Pit. But, I don't remember exactly how much I described about, so basically, this, you know, every single purgatory afterlife is uniquely subconsciously and subliminally, or maybe more so consciously and assertively at times, and straight up, the world kind of like is tied to my life in terms of like just crazy, just really too many things to call a coincidence, but it, at least in my experience, it eerily mimics a dream that drones on and on and on, and it almost feels like there's no end in sight. Even when you think, you know what I mean? You think there is. And I hadn't had this thought until really just today, but essentially, imagine somebody's purgatory, in that sense of it being an entirely new life where they get to, prove or disprove their righteousness to whatever fucking eternal life. But it was actually them in a coma dream. So, like, you die, and then in your adult version of yourself, in the afterlife, whatever you look like in your second, purgatory life as an adult, that's what, unless you don't make it there, which, I mean, geez. But, and you're not, you're in, for what most of your life is just a normal life, but it's actually, like, slowly shows signs that you may be in a coma dream based off of research. But the person that is in the coma, which is you, but it's just, you're in the, it's kind of a weird concept. But essentially, because I've seen my body in a hospital bed 1 or 2 times. Like when I'm drifting in and out of sleep and from whatever that vision or sensory overload was. But that, let's just hypothetically imagine that hospital room is actually the afterlife. Whether it be heaven or hell is really to be determined, which, if I think I would actually kind of I think me and the devil would have a good time in hell, but no. So just, whatever, man. I'm so tired of like being toyed with, and I sit by and just fucking take it, because I've had that feeling like it's gonna be good. You're gonna be fine, because that's literally what it is. I just don't know how much longer I physically can even withstand it. I can't. You know what I mean? It's it's a little bit rub it in your face, like, all right, yeah, I get it. Can we be done with this part now? Can I? God damn. But so you're in what is hard. It's hard to believe that it's a coma dream, because it's your whole life essentially. So it'd be pretty impossible, actually, when you think about it. because there's just no way that a brain can feasibly function and have all of that going on for that amount of time with all this crazy shit. There's no way. There's just no way. So, but imagine, you have like weird waking stages or whatever. But that's why it's so intriguing and confusing all at the same time, because, I mean, just the subject of coma dreams is pretty fascinating. What can be, I mean, the internet, I don't even know what the fuck is real at that point. But it's not you waking up back to, your normal life that you don't remember. It's waking up out of your purgatory dream, which is one and the same, essentially. I mean, yeah, most of your life was all of it was in purgatory, but it didn't really, you ran into a couple of bad drivers out on the road, if you know what I mean. You gotta watch out for them. Nobody really knows how to drive too well around here. I just don't really understand it. But, that's the luck of the draw. And, so after one of those accidents, just reality starts to, they make a call. I've gone over all this already. I know I don't like hearing people repeat shit all the time, so I'm not going to go too deep into that, but essentially it just starts to feel like you're in a dream after, a year and a half, which was, just over a year ago. My most recent accident, but the first one was when things started, But over that time, you've realized that, man, this is maybe going on a lot longer than I realized. And, there's a whole fucking string of thought, like all kinds of different ideas and thoughts that I got filed away up there that I'm not really going to get into, that, ties to the idea and the concept of, and the feelings dwindling, but, still feelings. And, but I just thought, like, literally yesterday, I was like, man, what if this is actually what that is? And it's not what the other side is, not life. It's actually the afterlife, heaven, obviously. I mean, I ain't going to hell. No, I'm not. If I'm going to hell, then God help us. Ooh. I forgot how good this final warning gun is in Destiny 2. It's a sidearm with really weird, really weird exotic perk. But yeah, so wouldn't that be just like fucking? It's just crazy to think of. And that's probably, since I said when everybody's idea of purgatory, what purgatory is, if they even have an idea of it, like that's what their purgatory would be. Well, imagine that's literally what the other side is. Just from me having that idea just yesterday, this whole time. which is honestly probably what I think that's what it is. You know? So, but yeah, so, I mean, it'd be a lot of fucking bodies, a lot of human beings to be making up in the afterlife for every single person's purgatory, which is why I found it somewhat hard to believe, even though it was my idea. It's just a lot of, I mean, obviously it's, you know, I'm not going to question, God. You know, it's all in good taste, man. I'm not, you know, worried. And I'm not gonna lose my faith. My faith. It's my mom's middle name, which is a good one. Yeah, this build is pretty overpowered. Damn. Oh, up there, I see it. Through the rings. Damn. Motherfucker. Oh, all right, well. You fucking kidding me? Anyways, what else is there to really say on any of that? I'm at the point where that seems to be what is going on. And if that's what all this drama, I'm joking. That's what all this drama was for. You know, wonderful. Awesome. You know, I don't mean to sound pushy, but, you know, I got somebody waiting for me on the other side, probably. Or it's all just a psyop, which would just be, you know, pretty hilarious way to end it. Really, you know what I mean? But I don't believe that for a second. It's just funny to imagine that. It was literally all just like, never what I thought it was. Mind their business. America, you know, it's really taking a turn somewhat for, you know, not in the best ways, but that's why I'm here to make sure that the communist regime lives strong, because really there's no other way. At this point, it's too far to, you know, with the school shootings, and that's going to be the next episode if they're, you know. That one's going to be real fun. Yeah. which, you know, I'd prefer to just go to, you know, heaven right now, but, you know, that would ruin the surprise then. But then I'm like, well, what's the point? Just fucking let's do it, dude. Shackle grenade. Suspension. Anybody else have any experiences with levitating or paralysis or precognition dreams, which is, you know, being able to see into the future, or your dreams, talking about your future, etc., or telepathy, or anything related to the symptoms of what someone who's in a coma dream, a yes-o-ma dream, which is, or purgatory, I should say. Like, yeah, I love that idea. Purgatory matchmaking. It's pretty, I mean, it's funny. What the fuck else would be the point? The afterlife. Well, hopefully for God not to, you know, completely dismantle what's the word I'm looking for? Dignity. And I don't even care what anybody else thinks. I'm talking about like dignity for myself, self-respect. No offense, God. I know you got, you know. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Motherfucker.